on earth is going to happen with the real estate market? This is a big question everyone has, and today I'm going to give you my predictions. My name is Richard Rodriguez, founder of Commercial Agent Academy. I am a commercial real estate investor and agent with over 100 million closed volume. I've become financially free through the avenue of commercial real estate. And today I'm going to share with you all my predictions on what's going to happen overall in the real estate industry, not just in 2024, but in the years to come. First thing to remember is that real estate is very broad. Specifically, there's two asset types that I really undergo in real estate when I think of real estate. You have residential and you have commercial. So I'm going to go over my predictions on both of these two aspects of real estate, and just to give you guys some guidance on what I predict is going to occur. Well, let's get into it. Residential is going to crash. I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, look, residential, here are my predictions. Unemployment is going to go up. I'm sorry to say it, people are going to lose their jobs. Period, point blank. This is actually being pushed upon by the United States government to slow down inflation. What does this mean? People who purchased a property in the last 5 years and qualify with dual income, let's call it a family, a husband and a wife, one of them loses their jobs. That income is gone. Where are they going to keep up with the payment? They're not. Okay, so what that's going to do is increase the inventory because people are going to sell. They're not going to short sell because they're going to have equity. But what that's going to essentially do is increase the inventory. I call it fire selling. People are going to not be able to keep up with their payments and they're going to sell their properties. They're going to walk away with some equity, but they're going to have to sell. And the inventory is going to go up because of the fact unemployment is going up. And with inventory going up, what this is essentially going to do is bring more properties to the market, which is actually a great thing for residential because there is a housing crisis is what the US government has called it. There's not enough properties for sale with the amount of demand that people have to purchase these residential properties. So prices are going to remain stable as inventory goes up, which is actually an anomaly because you would think supply and demand, increased supply would actually drop the price because the demand is still the same. But one thing to note is that inflation is going to continue to go up. My prediction is that inflation is not going anywhere. It's going to continue to go up. It doesn't matter what the government tries to do. They printed way too much money and they're still printing a lot of money. So just because prices remain stable does not mean that the value of properties are coming down because your dollar is not as powerful as it is today, tomorrow. Like your dollar is more powerful today than it will be tomorrow, and it will continue to be the case because inflation will continue to go up. So summing that up, unemployment will go up, people are going to need to sell their properties, supply will go up, prices will remain the same because inflation continues to go up, and rents will continue to increase across the board because people who are selling these properties are going to need to live somewhere still. So anyone who has a rental property, anyone who has multifamily property, you could expect your rents to rise, not at the crazy rate as they've been going up, but they will continue to rise. And I think they'll keep up with inflation, which is really the benefit of real estate investing, is that it's a hedge against inflation. My recommendations for anyone who wants to dive into residential right now is to prepare, take advantage of what's coming up. I do not believe people are going to, short sell because of the amount of equity that they have, but inventory will go up, and that just gives people opportunities to purchase residential if that's within their buying criteria. With that being said, prepare. You got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. Get money, save your money, get capital partners, start getting your financing in place so when the property comes up that you've been waiting for, you can move on it. Okay, so these are my predictions in residential. Overall, it's going to get better in the space because right now it's just terrible. There's not enough inventory. People are still overbidding. Prices are still going up at a rapid rate, and things will stabilize in residential. So those are my predictions. On to the next one. Now, moving right along to my favorite, commercial real estate. These are my predictions, and I'm telling you, this is exciting. Loans are coming due. What does that mean? In commercial real estate, it's not like your traditional residential loan where it's a 30-year loan. Very common to see 3 to 10-year terms, okay? And these 3 to 10-year terms, once that 3, 5-year, 7-year term comes up, the borrower, what they have to do is either refinance or sell the property, period, point blank, or pay off the note. pay off the full balance of the note. In most cases, they're either refinancing or selling the property and exchanging into another property, a bigger property. Loans are coming due, okay? Literally every day, someone's loan's coming due at this point. And why does that matter? Well, the reality is they're probably not going to be able to refinance anymore because their interest rates are higher. And banks qualify borrowers based on the debt service coverage ratio, based on what type of cash flow is coming in from that property and how much monthly debt and expenses that borrower has against that property. And they want to make sure that there's a margin there. And with the higher rate, that margin is eating away. If somebody had a 4%, 3% interest rate and they're having to refinance or qualify for that same property at a 7%, 8% interest rate, that monthly debt service has dramatically gone up, and it's going to take away all of their profits, and the bank's just not going to approve them for that loan. So what does that mean? People are going to be forced to sell. And in this case, they're literally going to be forced to sell. And the problem is that inventory is going to go up. Right now we have in my opinion, still low inventory in commercial, but the demand is nowhere near as high as it is in residential. So commercial demand, I mean, you could have a property priced perfectly and it could be sitting on the market, 3 to 6 months still, depending on the asset type, whether it's an office, retail shop, industrial warehouse. Multifamily still flies pretty quickly, but that's just one asset type out of the entire commercial space. So people are going to be forced to sell because they can no longer refinance, or unless they could inject money into the deal to keep the deal, it may not even make sense for them to do that. They're going to be forced to sell, inventory is going to go up, and what this is going to cause is way too much inventory in the market too fast, and anyone who's in the space, investors, are going to be able to capitalize on this heavily by getting up to 15 to up to 30% discounts. Those are my predictions. Up to a 30% discount on a property that was maybe, just trading at, well above that, within the last 2-3 years. So this is not going to stop. I do believe that the interest rates are going to remain high. 7-8% is really not high historically, but most people are calling that high because we're used to these 3-4% interest rates, which are just historically insanely low. So interest rates will remain this 7-8% margin is what I'm anticipating for the next 2 to 3 years before they even start to come down. And what that's going to do is cause prices, like I said, inventory is going to go up because people are going to be forced to sell, and prices are going to just come down. So my advice is if you are educating yourself in commercial real estate, and I highly encourage you to do so, watch my videos, because that's what I'm here to do, is to help people create and see opportunities in commercial real estate. You are going to be swimming in a pool of opportunities starting now, I would say all the way for the next 3 years. So do not fret, prepare, get your capital partners ready, educate yourself, reach out to me if you have any questions, start prospecting for deals, start marketing yourself as a buyer, as an investor, because I'm telling you right now, opportunities are coming. I am going to grab as many as I can, and so should you. So overall, in a nutshell, I think real estate is a very opportunistic time in the next 3 years. I know a lot of people have just been riding the wave up, and I think that's gone. I think that's the crazy market that we were in during COVID. That's completely gone. We'll probably never see that ever again. But for those who have bunkered down, created skills, and have been able to create value opportunities for themselves and understand how to underwrite deals, oh my. You could literally become wealthy in the next 3 years, generational wealth. And that's what I've done, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. So reach out if you have any questions, but overall, this is Rich with the Commercial Agent Academy. Connect with me, send me a message, comment below what you think of my predictions, and oh my gosh, the market is going crazy. And as always, I hope you found a lot of value in this video. Do not forget to join my free Commercial Agent Academy community, where we're going to be able to network. I'm going to be able to provide more resources. And as always, you are one commercial deal away from changing the rest of your life. Talk soon.